Hey there, Cat and Mouse fans. Today, we're going to learn to play Animix from Blue Orange. Animix is all about setting up and rearranging and reordering this board to get the most points. Since the goal is to score the most points and how you do it is through these cards, we're actually going to go backwards a little bit and start with the end of the game. We're going to start looking at the scoring system. So let's take a look at these Animix cards here. Gorgeous art. Each card contains a species of animal and their scoring function. We will see how all that works in a second, but to set up our scoring grid at the top of the game, you are going to do it based on the number of players you have. So for a 3-person game, you set up a grid of 4 rows by 5 columns, and you choose 4 out of the 8 different species that are in the box. So here we have our 5x4 grid. We'll say for the sake of argument that this is how the board looks at the end of the game, and we're going to score each species. We're looking at how these elephants are scored as an example. You see up here that they are scored horizontally. What that means is we are looking for the row with the most number of elephants in it going horizontally. Those are the only cards that are going to score. It looks like here in the top row I've got 2. Each of those cards are going to be worth 2 points, so the elephants this round are 4 points. Meanwhile, the monkeys score vertically. So that is going to be this column here. Again, each card that is in the row is worth 2 points, so the monkeys this round are worth 6 points. So now that we know how the cards are scored, let's take a look at how we rack up those big combos in the first place. On your turn, you can do one of 2 things. Either you can take a card from your hand and place it face down in front of you. The cards that are played face down are the cards that we're going to be looking at to see what you are able to score at the end. The second option of what you can do on your turn is you can actually take an animal from the grid, a card from the grid, and then you can place down one from your own hand. Now when you do that, you are giving your opponents information about what you want in front of you, but the trade-off is you get to use these little mountain tokens, you place it down, and now that card is locked in place. No one can mess with that card, it is there. This will not only get you a card in your scoring pile, it will also rearrange and reshuffle the board, ideally helping you to score more points and ruining your opponent's strategy. Play continues until everyone has played all of the cards from their hand. When you have nothing else in your hand, it's time to score it up. The cards that you have played out in front of you, face down, flip face up, and you see, looking around the room, looking around the board, who has the most of any given species. It looks like I have 2 chameleons, my opponent only has 1, so I'm going to be scoring the points for the chameleons. Meanwhile, we both have an even number of elephants, which means we're actually going to split those points. So we're going to count up how many points, and then we each get an even number rounding down. And then that's it. You score up what you got and rejoice in victory or weep in defeat. But either way, that is Animix.